Okay, so I'm just picking up off where I left off from the last video. So now I'm going to be talking about how to do a stem and leaf plot. So this is another way that we can organize data. And in a stem and leaf plot, each data value or number is separated into two parts. So the very last digit is called the leaf, and the part that comes before is called the stem. So for example, a two-digit number such as 53, the 5 is called the stem and the 3 is the leaf. For 72, same thing. 7 is the stem and 2 is the leaf. When we have a three-digit number like 138, the last digit 8 is still the leaf, and the 13 before, the 13, is used as the stem. And then if you have decimals, then the last digit in the decimal will be the leaf and everything before will be the stem. So let's do an example. So this says that the percentage of adults that had been fully vaccinated against COVID-19 as of July 1st, 2021 is listed in this table of data, and they want us to draw a stem and leaf plot illustrating the data. So if you notice the data, the smallest value in this data set looks to be, the one I see right now is 33. Let's see if that's the smallest one. Oh, I see a 30, so that must be the smallest one. So 30 is our smallest value. And then I see 66, I think, is the largest value. So 66 is the largest value. So to make this stem and leaf plot, I'm going to list my stems on the left side of this table. And so because 30 is the smallest value, I just need to start with 3. So that's the first digit of my smallest number in my data. And then it just needs to go to 6 because this is the largest first digit in my data. Okay, and so now that I have my stems written here on the left, I will start to place my leaves. And I think that we're going to do that over here. Okay, so remember I said that this 30 was the smallest value in this data set. So I need to start with that 30. And I already have the 3 in that number here. And so the leaf would be the number all the way to the right, which is that 0. So I put a 0 there. And then I look for the next number greater than 30 or equal to it. And I see a 33. Let me see if there's any after that. No, that's the next one. So then I would put a 3 to denote that leaf because that's the last digit there. And then I look for the next one. I see a 34. So I would put a 4 there for the last digit in that number. And just going through, I see, so I have those 3 that I have circled, and now I'm just gonna go through and circle or box all of the rest of the 30s. So I have a 37, 36, 35, 39, 39 again, 38, 39 again, 35, 37, 37, 35. Okay. So I already did the 4, the 0, the 3, and the 4. So now I can go to 5 and I see 1, 2, 3 35s. So I need to put 3 5s for my leaves. And then I see 1 36. So I would put a 6 on my leaves. Making this a little smaller to make me some more room. And then I see 1, 2, 3 37. So I would have 3 7s. 1 38, so 1 8, and then 2 3 39s, so 3 9s. Okay, and I'm crossing them out as I go so I can keep up with what I'm doing, so it's really easy to miss a number or make a mistake. So now we will go on to the 4s, and I will look for all the numbers that start with a 4. So 43, 43, 46, 46, 40, 48, 42, 44, 48, 43, 42, 47, 42, 45, 41, 45. I think that's it. And I will go in order. So I have 140. So I'll cross that out and put my 0 for my leaf. And then I see 141. So I'll have a 1 there. And I have 1, 2, 3 42s. So that would be 3 2s. And then I have 1, 2, 3 43s. So 3 3s. 144. So 1 4. I see a 45. 2 45s. So 2 5s. 2 46s. So 2 6s. 147, so 1 7, and 2 48, so 2 8s. And I believe that's it for the 40s, and so on. And then you would do the next number for the 50s until I thought it was all filled out. So let's keep going. So the 50s, I have 50, 52, 50, 52, 56, 55, 56, 52, 55, 54, 54, 50, 59, 50, 55, 52. So I start with the zeros, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4 50s. So that would be 4 zeros. And then I have no 51s. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4 52s. So 4 2s. And then 1, 2 54s. And 1, 2, 3 55s. 2 56s. And 1 59. And then finally, we have all the numbers in the 60s. So I have a 62 there, a 61, a 62, and a 66. So I would start with the 61. So the 1 would go as a leaf. Cross that out. And then I have 2 62s. So that would be 2 2s. And then I have 1 66. So that would be 1 6. So that would be the complete filled out stem and leaf plot for this data set. Okay. So now we're going to build another stem and leaf plot, but this time we're going to be using the data for the record high temperatures that we've seen in that previous example. So if you remember, those temperatures were all in the 3 digits, and the smallest number in that data was 100. And the largest number in that data was 134, if I remember correctly. Yeah. So sometimes in general, it's a good idea to choose stems that are so that they are between 5 and 15 categories in the left-hand side. We don't want to have more than, 5 to 10 categories because our table would be extremely long. So in the case of this high temperature data example, we'd get better organization if we divided the categories in half so that the first category covers 100 to 104, and the second covers 105 to 109, and so on. So we're going to build a stem and leaf plot for this data set and to divide each natural category into 2 halves. And in reality, we're doing the same thing that we did for the frequency distribution when we divided it into classes. So we're using the same categories that we did for that frequency distribution. But the main issue is that we need a way to represent this in the plot for our stems. Because for our values between 100 to 104, and the values from 104 to 105 to 109, well, in both of these classes, the first 2 digits is 10. They're the same. So we can't represent the stems, if we're breaking them up into these 2 different classes, we can't represent the stems with just 10. We have to have a way to separate them. And that way is going to be using this notation. So, and it's actually kind of written a little bit smaller here on the next page. Kind of like an exponent. So that notation means that if it's the first one here, the 10 and then the 0, this is going to represent the starting last leaf, which is 0 here. So that will be from 100 to 104. This notation means that the leaf, the smallest leaf will be starting at a 5. And so that is how we are going to represent these stems. So again, this first one here will be from 100 to 104, and then 105 to 109, and then 110 to 114, 115 to 119, and so on. So I'm going to go over the first 2 with you, and then you see the rest are filled out here. So for the first category here, we're looking for numbers between, or we're looking for numbers that fall in that class of 100 to 104. So let me use blue. So I see that I have 100 here, 100 there, and 104. And that's going to be it for the numbers between 100 and 104. So because I had 2 hundreds, I would have 2 zeros here, and then 104, I would put the last digit there for that leaf, so that would be 4. And then the next class is for the numbers of 105 to 109. And so I would be looking for the digits between 105 and 109. So I have 106, I have 109, I have 105, 106, 107, 109, and that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And let's see, I have another 105. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I feel like I'm still missing one. $108. Okay. I think that's it. So I have 2 105s. And then I have 2 106s. And I think that 6 is a typo right here, but we'll see. 1 107. 1 108 and 2 109s. And yeah, I think that other extra 6 there was a typo. Okay, and so forth. So the next one, you'd be looking for numbers that fall between, or that are 110 to 114. So that'd be 112, 110, 112, 114, 110, 113, 114, 112, 111, 113, 110, 114, 112, 14, 113, and so forth. And you can compare. Okay. And so this is going to be the end of this video for the statistics module.